everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be solving Cluedo, which is a past IOI problem in 2010. So let me read the problem first. So Dr. Black has been murdered and I have to try 6 possible murderers, 10 possible locations, and 6 possible weapons. And then I have to implement the procedure solve, and we're gonna have to call theory, which is implemented by the grader. So M and L and W are numbers as a particular combination of murderer, location, and weapon. So we're gonna try to guess the murderer, the location, and the weapon, and which, if we call this function, if it's returning 0, the theory is correct, so we should return the function that way. So we have to guess it out of these 6 murderers, these 10 locations, and these 6 weapons. So as an example, so let's say Miss Scarlett committed the murder with murderer 2 and conservatory, location 3, using a revolver, which is weapon 4. So we're just going to call M, which is a murderer, L, the location, and W, which is a weapon, and then it's going to return 1 or 2 or 3, as all 3 are wrong. But if we call 3 and 3 and 3, it's going to be 1 that's correct, which is conservatory is a location, so it's just going to be returning 1 or 3. And at last, if we call 5, 3, and 4, we're going to see that because 2 is correct, location and the weapon is correct, so it's just going to return 1, which means the murderer is wrong. And at last, if we call 2, 3, and 4 as M, murderer, location, and weapon, it's going to return 0, which what we're going to implement the function solve to return. So we're going to copy this template here, and then I'm going to start the coding. So first, we're going to find int M, which is a murderer, L, W, which each is initialized to 1. Next, we're going to have a loop which runs, and we're going to have another int result which equals to the theory. M, L, W. So after we call theory, and we're just going to have a simple if statement. So if result equals 0, we know it's correct. So we're just going to return the function. Else, if result equals to 1, that means the murderer is wrong, right? So we're just going to M plus, which checks for another case of M. Else, if result equals to 2, we then know the location is wrong. So we're just going to put L plus. And last but not least, we have else if result equals to 3, which then we know is the weapon that's wrong. So just want to do W plus, which tries another value for W. After all of these, I'm pretty sure we're correct, and we're just gonna check again. So with this logic, at most it's gonna call theory 6 times 10 times 6 times, which is just 360 times, which just, it perfectly fits inside the second task constraint, so this should be correct. So I'm just gonna submit. Yeah, it got accepted. So we successfully did this problem, which is Cluedo IOI 2010 problem, and this is my code over here, which utilizes M, L, and W, the 3 guesses, as 1. We're gonna start with 1, and we're just gonna call the theory function, which returns which one is wrong. So if it's 1, the first one is wrong. So if murderer is wrong, it's gonna set M to another value. And if location is wrong, it's gonna set L to another value. And if W is wrong, which it's returning number 3, we're just gonna set W to another value. So at last, we're just gonna, if it's 0, which means all is correct, it's just gonna return under 360 calls to theory, which makes me enough to accept AC this problem. So this is the end of the video, and I hope you guys love this.